Hey, Mike. Again, I think last week we kind of did some similar kind of series where I'm the one in the interview chair.
Driver's
But
seat. Yeah.
yeah, I just want to know because I mean I've been so slammed. It's the end of the month and
Yeah.
that holiday season, so pretty slam. I didn't really know what happened with the Fed results yesterday. I saw some of your videos, but again,
Yeah.
yeah, what exactly happened?
Yeah. So I think this Fed meeting surprised a lot of people. You
Mm,
know, you heard a lot of people going into this Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, the list goes on and on talking about
mm,
a hawkish cut, meaning the Fed was kind of pushed into a cut and they were going to do everything they could to make the next cut uncertain. And they certainly delivered the cut, but by all accounts, Jerome Powell, the statement, the dot plot were far more dovish.
hmm,
And you could see that because unlike the last four times the Fed met, mortgage rates have gone down. Mortgage rates went down yesterday, and they're actually making a significant move down today.
mm,
The 10 years down like 5 basis points or something, and we're getting closer to four again.
ooh,
So it's, I think it surprised a lot of people. And I think what really happened was Jerome Powell put some numbers on the labor market. And I think this was what woke people up. Jerome
mm,
Powell said that the BLS, Bureau of Labor and Statistics, has been reporting since April that we've been adding 40,000 jobs a month to our labor force. And now 40,000 heads is not great, but it's above stall speed.
right.
But what Jerome Powell said next is a problem. Jerome Powell went on to say that he believes the accurate number. He believes that the BLS is over-reporting, overstating, which is just a shot across the bow. Basically, the BLS is crap.
So wait,
And
yeah, but yeah, I wonder where he was a couple years ago with the jobs reports when they were talking about 800,000, 900,000, and that all became
yeah,
so. But
I
yes,
think
I'm
he's
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I think you're right. I think he's finally realizing that the data's crap. And he went one step further and he thinks the right number, Stephen,
Hmm.
is negative 20,000. So now, if Powell is right, we're losing 20,000 jobs a month since April, not gaining 40,000.
Right.
That's a problem. That's recessionary level. And I think what he clearly put on the agenda is this could get wonky. And the last thing I'll say on this, and then we should do the marketing thing so we don't get in trouble, is um, the Fed is not forecast like seven Fed members are forecasting zero rate cuts next year.
Mm,
And I suspect the labor market is going to fall. I think the labor market is much worse than they expect.
right.
And the next rate cut, and this is the problem. This is why people need to be careful what they wish for. Right? There's a lot of people in real estate hoping for a big cut, a 50 basis point, 100 basis points. And you got to be careful what you wish for because this cut, the one that just happened yesterday, is in my opinion the last good cut. This was like an insurance cut.
Right.
The next cut we get is because something broke and the Fed's afraid. And that's a very different cut. So, yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I'll let you ask some more questions, but do the marketing spiel, please.
I was gonna, I just asked that. I'm like, should I say? I'll wait until he's done. Although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel, that of my own. So, to get back to what you were saying, yeah, I kind of we talk about this off camera a lot. I always said that it's all based on jobs, employment.
Jobs, jobs,
It
jobs. Yeah.
really influences everything else, but. Yeah, I mean, with seasonal numbers and everything else during Christmas, people get like temporary jobs, I mean, to kind of fill in. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what the job creation of the 40,000 again, is that like high paying jobs or those like just,
It all
DoorDash
levels.
drivers and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because again, they got laid off. And so now, oh, look at my new job. Well, you traded a six-figure job for this, you know what I mean? So congratulations. So I think there's some of that. And there was a huge amount of layoffs towards the end of the year
Yeah,
that a lot of people
1.1
had.
million.
Yeah,
1.1 million for the
that
year.
I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
if
a
it's
big
really
number.
hit the market just yet because they got a lot of them had severance packages and things of that
Sure.
nature. So
Sure.
I think it's really going to hit in the first quarter of next year. I think that's when it's really going to be like, oh, here are the real
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
and then we'll
No, I think
see.
you're right. I think you're right. But basically, I think what's happening now is and oh, by the way, the last thing we'll say is Jerome Powell's out of a job in May.
Oh yeah,
We're going to get a new Fed president, and that new Fed president's going to kowtow to Donald Trump, to President Trump, and it'll be interesting to see what happens at the Fed next year.
yep.
But when I step back and I look at what's going on in real estate, I think there's a lot of people doing rate and term refis. You can see the report every Wednesday. Like refi demand today is up like 120% or something year on year. It's just gargantuan.
Wait,
So I
you
think
said
there's a lot.
mortgage demand is up?
Yeah, mortgage, refi,
Ah,
mortgage, rate. So first it's rate and term.
right.
I think there was a lot of people that gambled last year and did 2-1 buy downs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a lot of people getting out of hard money,
Right.
right? Like flippers who try to do a deal and now they can't sell it. So they're getting out of hard money and keeping it.
Right.
So refi demand is crazy. But what I think is going to be interesting, Stephen, it'd be interesting to see what you're seeing is I think there's a lot of investors that are doing cash out refis,
Oh yeah.
right? They're basically saying, hey, I got a bunch of equity sitting, debt equity sitting. I want to be active. I want to be aggressive. Mortgage rates are, flattening out or falling. Maybe it's time to go back and, tap the ATM and raise my cash level. So I think cash out refis are going to explode now and into Q1 is my guess.
I mean, we're definitely seeing an uptick. There's several different reasons or intentions behind everybody's, purpose for refinancing. Some to pull, some additional cash, some to pay down debt. Um, and then, I mean, there are the desperate ones where, I mean, they want to claim that it's not equity, stripping, but they are running out of money and they're just
Yeah.
trying to cash out and buy them some time. So there's there's many degrees of what their intentions are, but we're for sure definitely seeing an uptick. It's just different reasons, with the fix and flip, you rehab, then you want to refinance. So there's always, there's that. So yeah, there's a plethora of different reasons behind it, but we're on record pace for a reason. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
it was really going gangbusters more so, I think, during the summer and in the middle of the
Sure.
year. It's that time of season where people are
Yeah.
just
Just
slowing down.
seasonality. Yeah.
Right,
Seasonality.
right. So we're
Well, this is where it's going to get interesting because I think the Fed has made a pivot, right? The Fed went from being hawkish 4 meetings in a row. And they went hawkish because mortgage rates went up after the meeting, even though they
right,
cut.
right,
This meeting, mortgage rates went down after they cut. So I think the Fed's done a silent pivot. And I think they're going to see that they're going to have to cut more next year than zero, right? 7 people said zero. It's kind of wild. And I think that's going to invigorate purchases. Plus, I was just talking to a multifamily investor this morning, and he's like, yeah, Class A is retrading,
right.
but Class B and Class C aren't. And he's like, dude, we got $1 trillion in debt about to blow up. So what am I doing? I'm going back and getting some equity
Right.
and getting some cash so I can write some super disrespectful offers, close in 10 days, all cash.
We did this last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember,
We
Mike?
did this last. Yeah, absolutely. And
Got
I
dry
look forward
powder
to
at
doing it again.
399, 30 or
Yeah.
30. Oh my God.
It's crazy. So I think a lot of that's going to happen. I think a lot of investors, because there's a lot of people like me who frankly didn't really participate in all the nonsense of 21 and 22 that were doing the 3-year interest only loans and
Right.
value add, and we were selling. I was a net seller, frankly,
Right. I
and
remember.
now I'm licking my chops, going, I can't wait.
Well, I think that yeah, anybody with assets right now is just like sitting pretty. Yeah, I mean the investor market is so hot right now. I mean, I'm so blessed beyond measure. I tell this to everybody every day. I literally wake up with just phone calls upon
Smiling.
emails upon, yeah, man. It's just, I'm trying to take as many vitamins as I can. I've been fighting this kind of like sickness bug for a while now, but I just really can't take any like consistent time off. I only took like 1 day off last Friday because literally exhausted, but no rest for the no rest for the weary is what they say. But wouldn't have it any other way, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It could be
so I
totally the
think the
opposite.
mortgage and real estate market's going to have a much better 26 than people expect. Transactions are going to be up. I think the mortgage business,
Mhm.
I'll make this call. I bet you the mortgage business is up 20% next year. Total volume.
Yeah, I mean, from your lips to God's ears, we hope so. But I think again, man, even if rates drop, it's really going to come down to jobs, bro. You know, because
But
again,
let's
if the
play with that because again,
yeah,
people say that I agree with you,
yeah,
but let's just say, heavens forbid,
okay,
we go from 4.4 to 5.5, and that's a big jump.
right,
That still means 94.5% of the people are employed.
right. No, that's true, and I think I guess time will tell because people make predictions and stuff like that, and sometimes other factors that we didn't calculate at that time that just kind of like seep in somehow. I mean, we're living in a strange time in world nowadays, Mike. You know what I mean? Global
Oh yeah,
pandemic. Who would ever thought
yeah,
that? You know what I mean?
yeah. They shut the
Like
country down. Yeah, go figure.
yeah, you never know, bro. It's just crazy nowadays, you know what I mean? So who knows? But we hope for the best and prepare for the worst, and then we
Yeah,
kind of continue to
yeah.
operate. But no, it's been fun. What else do you think moving forward? Again, based on the Fed, I know jobs are gonna have something to do with it, but I know you already
The
made
You know
your
what the big
prediction.
wrinkle is? Here's the
Yeah.
big wrinkle. And I'm not sure if I'm afraid. I'm actually I know what I am. I'm afraid the Fed will do this.
Okay.
And it will happen with the new Fed president. Powell will not do this. But sometime between May and September, I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but I guess I will. I believe the Fed will once again buy mortgage backed securities.
Ooh. Well, I mean, here's the thing. What if we have so much tariff money that we can?
I'm just saying, again,
I mean,
it could be tariff money. It could be, it could just be the president of the United States, the Treasury Secretary, and the Fed president declare a housing emergency, and they know the only thing they can do is lower rates. And what they'll do is the Treasury or the Fed or both could create some new program that says we're going to buy $100 billion in mortgage-backed securities. You want to see mortgage rates drop 1.5%, 2%? Freaking A.
oh my God. Well, I mean, the
That's
current
my fear.
administration, yeah. Oh, fear?
It's a fear. I don't, I, as bad as, I don't know if this makes sense or not, but I do not want to see real estate pop 10%, 15% from where we are.
I
And
know.
if we had mortgage rates go sub 5 or heaven forbid sub 4, it would. But that's not healthy for our economy. It would make me stupid rich, but I don't need that. I don't want that to happen.
No, I know. And that's the thing. I think thinking long term, I would agree with you. Short term, no, no, please make it happen.
Yeah, yeah, for the year, make it happen. Yeah, I would be
Make
a
it
really
happen. Make
good
it happen.
year.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I mean, look what happened last time during 2021,
I
2022, when we
remember.
were like, oh my God, it's raining money. No. And
Yeah,
then flip the switch, and now
it
it's
was
like,
rough.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, uh-oh.
So
Yeah.
I want that slow trickle and not the full like launch.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So that's
Um,
my fear as that happens, and it could. It really could.
it
It,
could, because I mean they've been trying to attack a lot of this affordability kind of a thing as
mm-hmm.
far as
Yeah.
housing, cost of living, fuel, everything else. So they're kind of making headway with some of these things. So I think the housing thing would be next, but it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the year how much they've totally collected from all the tariffs, even starting from April and then moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? I didn't ever heard or follow up on whether or not the Supreme Court allowed the president to continue with his tariffs, and I don't remember that.
We should get a ruling. What I have read is we should get a ruling this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I think that's really
That's
gonna
going to be a big one. Yeah.
right. Because again, I know that some economists are saying, oh, we're going through this inflation because of tariffs, and there is obviously some of that to
Yeah.
some
Sure.
degree,
Sure.
but
Sure.
I think that it's kind of like a temporary kind of like black eye or a little kind of a little bit
Yeah.
of pain to get past this, and then once we kind of get that, the reemergence of like
Yep.
uh, 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 domestic production and
Correct.
yeah, I think that's going to offset that, and
It's
then
supposed to. Yep.
I think in the long run, I think that's we're gonna be better for it. Um, anyway, it's just interesting times, man. It's just so many moving parts to all this stuff. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, I'm an active participant in all this. You know what I mean? Doing the
Yeah.
financing and the money stuff. So it's been fun. But trying to think of what else to talk about. Yeah, I was
Well, if
just
somebody
gonna.
wanted to reach out, get something started, 50, 40, 10, 90% CLTV, flip loans, all of that, what do they do?
Email's the best. Steve, oh, excuse me, SDAO@velocitymortgage.com. In the subject line, please put the acronym ORAAT to make it easier to find your email. In the body of the email, maybe a brief description what you're looking for. Addresses are going to be super helpful. Your mid FICO score and best phone number to reach you at, and typically 48 to 72 hours, I'll be in touch.
Awesome, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a great week.
You too, Mike. Take care.